Hello everyone, welcome to Electrosphere. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use a digital multimeter step by step. Note, if you are a beginner in electrical or electronics, this video is for you. Today, in this video, we will cover the parts of the multimeter, what each section of the dial means, how to measure DC voltage, and how to measure AC voltage safely in a 220 volt system. Let's get started. This device is called a digital multimeter. It is used to measure voltage, current, resistance, and it can also test diodes and continuity. The model I'm using is the DT830D digital multimeter. This is very common and affordable, and it is perfect for beginners. Although there are different types of digital multimeter, there are various types, but this one is perfect for beginners. Now let me explain the front panel. This section here says DCV, which means direct current voltage. This is used to measure battery, power supply, and DC adapters voltage. Here we have ACV. ACV means alternating current voltage. This is used to measure wall sockets and output electricity. Here in my country, we use 220 volts. Now, here we have DCA. DCA means direct current amps. This is used to measure DC current. You can see the range from 10 amps to 200 milliamps, 20 milliamps, then and so on. And here is the resistance section marked with the symbol ohm. It can measure 200 ohms up to 2000 kilo ohms. At the bottom here, we have diode test and continuity test. Now, let me explain the probe ports. At the bottom, we have 3 ports here. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 ports here. You can see 1, 2, 3. The black probe, this black probe always go into the COM. This other port here, this one, this particular one, is for voltage, resistance, and small current measurements. Most of the time, your red probe will stay here at this point. So this is the red probe. Most of the time, it will stay here. So this last port here is for measuring current up to 10 amps. We only use this port when measuring high DC current. For this video, we will keep this red probe at this second port. Now, I will show you how to use this digital multimeter to measure DC voltage. Now, but before that, I want you to take note of something. When you purchase a new digital multimeter, the test probe is supposed to be like this. But one thing I do is that I love to disconnect it because of something called contact resistance. If I want to measure something that has large surface area, like this battery now, that has large surface area, I prefer using the terminal like this. But if I want to measure something on a printed circuit board that has smaller components, like these tiny resistors here, I would prefer to use this. So now, this is a 3.8 volt lithium ion battery. This battery is found in power bank and laptop battery. So to use this digital multimeter, now you can see I'll just switch this to 20 volts because this is 1 point. This is 3.8 volts. This battery is 3.8 volts. Now, in case you don't know the highest range of voltage you want to measure, always switch it to the highest range, which is 1000 here. But since I know this one is 3.8 volts, then I'll switch it to 20 volts. So I'll just place this black lead. This is the negative terminal and this is the positive terminal. You can see, This is reading 3.84 voltage. One thing I like about this digital multimeter is that it can also read negative voltage. For example, now if I place this black at the positive terminal and this red at the negative terminal, you can see it read minus 3.84 volts. This is a negative voltage because the polarity is reversed. Another voltage source I will love to measure is this battery. This battery found in remote, and we know that this is tri-cell battery and it is 1.5 volts. So we know this is the negative terminal, this is the positive terminal. So you just place this black, negative, positive. You can see it read 1.60 volts. So it is ordinarily it is 1.5 volts. So anything between 1.5 and 1.6 volts is okay. Same as this, negative, positive. You can see 1.56 volts. This is another DC voltage source, 9 volts. So you just place the black test here and the red, and it will read 9 volts. I want you to do this yourself. Another DC voltage source, the output terminal of laptop or mobile charger is always 5 volts. Now I want to confirm this with my multimeter. Now this output is connected to this primary Arduino board. Now I'll confirm this. I'll confirm the voltage with the multimeter now. You can see the black test lead is inserted at the GND terminal and the red at the 5 volts terminal. Now you can check the multimeter now. This is reading 5.08 volts, approximately 5 volts. You can see another DC voltage source to measure is this calculator battery. The battery inside this casio calculator. Now you can see I'll go ahead and open it now. Now this is the battery. Now first thing first, this is the calculator battery. I don't know which terminal is the positive and which is the negative. So what I can do is this. I'll just place this like this and place this like this. You can see this reading 2.968 volts. Definitely the polarity is correct, which means here is the negative and this other side is the positive. But let me swap it like this. If I put this here and then the black here, you can see it is reading negative 2.96 minus 2.96 volts because the polarity has been reversed. We can also use this digital multimeter to measure AC voltage. Now to measure AC voltage, this portion here is ACV, alternating current voltage. So you just switch this dial to the highest volts here, which is 750 volts, because in my country here we use between 220 and 240 volts single phase. So which means I will not put it to this 200 because what I want to measure is higher than 200. Now because if you put it at this 200, it can damage this multimeter. So always select the highest range if you are not sure of the voltage range you want to measure. So but now I know I want to measure between 220 and 240. Definitely this die should be at this 750 volts, which is the highest voltage. Now we don't treat AC the way we treat DC. When measuring AC voltage, you need to be extra careful. Now you need to inspect this probe and check that there's no any place that is peeled. You must check that the insulation is intact. Or you can always use a protective glove, a rubber glove, when measuring when measuring AC voltage. Before measuring the voltage with my multimeter, I want to first use this tester screwdriver to confirm the live terminal. Okay, this particular terminal is the live. This is the live terminal. You can see the yellow indicator light glowing. To measure AC voltage, you just insert it like this. Now you can see this is showing between 242. You can see the standard voltage is 240, so it is fluctuating. This fluctuating is normal because we know the way AC behaves. It is not constant like direct current. So you can see that high voltage 240 volts, 242 volts. So you can see. In this video, we learned the parts of a digital multimeter, how to measure DC voltage and how to measure AC voltage safely. In part 2, I will show you how to use the digital multimeter to measure resistance, continuity test, diode test, and currents properly. So make sure you subscribe to Electrosphere and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.